Nick Wright is going to join us here in a second. He's got to be in a state of near total despondence. He has been for many years crowing because he's had the football team of a lifetime to support. He has become friends with players on the team. They love what an ardent supporter of the team he is, and they had a bad loss against Dallas, and they could have lost to the Colts. He was hopeful after they played the way they did against the Colts. They lose at Denver, and now are you done, Nick, with the season? Like, are you still holding on to some sort of hope, or are you checking schedules and being like, well, the AFC is super weak, and if they get to the playoffs, they'll still have the best quarterback in the playoffs?
Well, if they get to the playoffs, they'll win the Super Bowl, but now they have to get to the playoffs. And hi, Dan. I mean, it's Wednesday. They haven't played in 6 days. I didn't know we were going to lead with the Chiefs, but cool. No problem. It's the most topical thing. I mean, fourth greatest point guard in the history of the NBA gets sent home. We could discuss that. There's a lot of things we could get into, but in Miami, fighting for its life college football playoff, does head-to-head even matter? A topic right up your alley, Lane Kiffin lying allegedly, going to LSU. There's a lot of more.
Don't deflect here, Nick. Nick, when your team wins, you're not talking about the zeitgeist.
They played on Thursday. I'm just telling you. It's just how the calendar works. We move forward, but
no. The biggest story in that sport is every week is when the Chiefs lose. It's the biggest story every week. In that sport.
I agree every week, and that was last week, Dan. But it's fine. It's your show, so I will deal with it.
Is it fine though? Are you dealing with it? Because you come in whimpering and hot because you are, for the first time in a while, a bit of a loser.
I am a bit of a loser. This son of a bitch. You're right. You know what? You're right. I am a loser.
A bit of a loser, not a total loser. Right. Just for the first time in a long time, your football team is a bit of a loser.
Well, I'd rather you call me a loser than them.
Well, you're associated with a loser.
Cody?
Yeah.
Relax.
I couldn't be more relaxed.
Here's
My
the
team's
deal.
almost as bad as yours.
Okay. Oh, God. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. And I know what you're trying to get at is how this swoon that I didn't see coming has impacted me emotionally, but really more so financially. And the answer is as bad as you thought. One of my buddies that I bet with yesterday texted me. I'm just going to read you the text. It's real quick, and then I'll give you actual football analysis. But this is what you want. This is from my great Argentinian poker pro, Nacho Barbero. I don't mind telling you this. This is what he texts me. Can you Zell? I say yes. He then writes, no more betting for you, bro. I don't want you to. Feel bad. You can't just keep betting the Chiefs more and more. They don't have it this year.
He feels bad for you? Wait a minute. He's taken to pitying you? He's cut you off?
I mean, I know DraftKings does no sweat bets sometimes and parlay insurance. You never really see that from the standard bookie. That's great.
Well, he's not. The thing is this. He's not a bookie. It just, if we're on opposite sides of a game, we bet as friends. But that, when you're on DraftKings, every once in a while they send you that little alert. They're like, hey, let's reality check. You don't really get those when you're just WhatsApping in a private gambling consortium. Neither here nor there, Dan.
It's you just told on yourself so bad that you're getting those prompts. Hey, is everything all right, Nick? I've never gotten one of those.
You haven't? I thought they were automated.
I am not your volume.
It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. As I texted Nacho, I've got plenty of money. Don't worry about me.
It sounds a bit like an intervention. It's not your bookie. It's just a friend worried about you.
Okay. Again, nobody cares about me. I'm a vessel to give takes on sports. Let's talk about the team. So here's the deal. It's very, very simple. They are I believed in the Chiefs last year when the metrics were terrible, but they won these games. Now, last year, Dan, you know what? I'm just going to go full-on attack.
Go on.
Last year, Dan, you and others, folks that wish that we didn't even, the way we figured out who the Super Bowl winner was a total point differential of the season, plus DVOA rankings, plus see what Barnwell and Mina and Solak think, and then just hand them a trophy. You guys last year all were like, actually, your team's not that good. They're 15-1, but they're actually not that good. Well, by that logic, this year, Mahomes #1 in the EPA. They're top 5 in all of the smart stats. They have a great point differential. They're a great team. However, because I, unlike the nerds who think they understand football, actually understand football, winning is a skill, and this year's Chiefs team has found ways to lose no other Chiefs team has in its history. It has in the Mahomes era. It has the bones and a lot of trademarks of really good teams, but they can't get off the field on 3rd and long. The fumble at the end of the game when Dallas tried to give it to Kansas City, they couldn't get to. Those moments are what decide championships. So right now they're up against it. With that said, if they win out, they are guaranteed to make the playoffs. And if that happens in the wide open AFC, then of course they'll go back to the Super Bowl and be the most dangerous team. However, this weekend, they are playing the best defense in the NFL, in my opinion. They won't have their starting left tackle because he got his wrist broken by his teammate helping him out with a block, and they might not have their starting right tackle. So here is where I am with the Chiefs. They could lose this weekend. If they do, they're done. If they win this weekend, if I talk to you next week, what I will say, and I could take a polygraph to attest to it because I will believe it in my bones, what I will say is, if they beat the Chargers the following Sunday, steady themselves, and then have those tiebreakers over Houston and the Chargers, and then in that point, maybe have a game to play with, they're going to go back to the Super Bowl. So they're a game away from being a game away, but for a team that hasn't faced any regular season pressure in 8 years, there's a lot riding on this weekend, and there was a lot riding on the Denver game, and they lost it, and there was a lot riding on the Dallas game, and they lost it. I have one unbelievable stat for you, and then you can take your show back.
Let's give him the stat of the day music, Chris. Please get out of your phone and get him the stat of the day music. Thank you.
Start of the day, start of the day. It is here, start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is here, start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is here, start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is here, start of the day.
Thank you. 3 times this season, Patrick Mahomes has led a fourth quarter comeback in a game he ended up losing because the defense then gave the lead away. 3 times this season. That Tom Brady did not have that happen to him 3 times in his career until year 15. So that's the other piece of it.
What are you describing as the last few minutes of the game? Like what?
No,
is the
just trailing in the fourth quarter, go take the lead, and defense doesn't hold it. The 3rd time that happened to Brady, but it was 2014. It was the 15th year of his career. That has happened to Patrick 3 times this year. And that fundamentally, if we're actually going to get to, the actual football issue with this Chiefs team, since they traded Tyreek, they have been 3rd best in the NFL in 3rd and long defense. This year, they are 4th worst. They have the 4th fewest turnovers forced. They have the 6th fewest sacks. They got the Cowboys to 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 all game long, like they did the Chargers, like they did the Broncos, like they did the Jags for that matter, and they couldn't get off the field. And that's the problem.
Chris,
what is Roy laughing at? Someone in the back must be making fun of me.
No, Chris is still in his phone, and he knows. Roy knows I need sound, and Chris is in his phone. Can you get me the sound? Explain to me what your coach was saying here. I was surprised to hear Andy.
Tickle the tonsils?
Hold on a second. Explain it to me.
We're going to try to tickle your tonsils on every play, every game.
I don't know.
His little smirk. He has like a little laugh after he says
I think he knows. Listen to the laugh through the gravel. Listen to the laugh. He laughs at himself because I think he does know.
We're going to try to tickle your tonsils on every play, every game.
I think he knows sometimes you say something and you're like, oh, that came out weird. And so I think that's what he knew. It was like when our show a couple weeks ago, one of the greatest men I've ever known and devout man of God, Chris Broussard, we were discussing the New England Patriots having a better wide receiver core than we anticipated. And Brew just said, matter-of-factly, no, man, Booty is nice. And then we all just sat there like, and so he wasn't trying to make a joke, but it just came out that way. I think what Andy's saying is, we're going to continue to try to put pressure on you and push the ball down the field and play an exciting brand of football. Here is what again, we're going to do the whole thing on the damn Chiefs. Here is another thing that I found interesting. For the first time in Patrick's entire career at the post-game press conference after the loss to the Cowboys, he didn't take it one game at a time. Like, he's always done the cliche, next week, that's it. He said, we have to win the rest of our games. Andy, in that press conference you played, was somewhat defiant the whole time, basically saying, we know what we need to do, and we're going to do it. The glass 1/4 full view of this is, the Chiefs have been a superb home team this year. They're 4-1. The one loss was in week 2 to Philly when they weren't whole and they had that game and the ball bounces off Kelsey's hands, turns into a pick. Their 3 games against good teams, Texans, Chargers, Broncos, are all at home. They have been an awful road team. Luckily, they play the second worst team in football, the Raiders, at home, and the worst team I've seen in the NFL in 10 years, the Tennessee Titans, at home. So there is a path, but it is this narrow, and that's the only way they get in the tournament. They get in the tournament, then they're all of a sudden the hottest team with the experience in the most wide open AFC ever. To me, the biggest story about the AFC this season, other than the Chiefs, every team that won 12 games last year is worse this year. Philly is worse. The Chiefs are worse. Detroit's going to miss the playoffs. Baltimore's far worse. Minnesota fell apart. Buffalo is, and I'll get to them in a second, at least a little bit worse, and there's one other team I'm leaving out that I forgot. All those teams regressed to varying degrees.
What's happened to Minnesota is crazy. Like, we were talking at the beginning of the season of Kevin O'Connell being a quarterback whisperer. Now look how far behind everyone in the division they are.
Well, you can't be a quarterback whisperer if your quarterback's deaf.